Hello, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Information for Use IFU. I'm your host, Attorney Mario A. Reed, with an exciting episode. As recently, I received a letter from the assessor, and it is associated with the property tax appeal that I lodged back in September. If you live in Thornton Township, like myself, then you likely received one of these letters as well. Now, there's a good chance that yours was bad news, like this one. This is the letter that I received for the property tax appeal for the home here in South Holland. That one was denied, which is to be expected. So do not worry if your property tax appeal was denied by the Cook County Assessor. There's nothing wrong with that. That's kind of how this process in this game is played. Now, it's time for your second appeal. The second appeal is lodged with the Cook County Board of Review. Commissioner Larry Rogers is the commissioner for the Board of Review here in the southern suburbs of Chicago. So we're going to be preparing that. And I'm going to be doing a new video explaining kind of how you can amend or adjust your last appeal so as to make it more effective now that it's been denied by the assessor, but you're appealing for a second time to the Board of Review. What I do want to talk about is this successful appeal that I received. This one is incredible. And the reason why is because it was based on a vacancy exception. This is something that you very rarely hear about, and it's something that very few people talk about, but it is incredible. If you are purchasing a new home, the best time to purchase is essentially when that property is available for appeals through the assessor. Now, the reason why is because if the property was vacant for the prior year, you can inform the assessor of that, and the assessor will take that into consideration when determining the value of that property. Now, it's only a determination for 1 year, so that's key. However, how would you like to have a 90% reduction in the property tax liability for your property? 90%. This appeal indicates that the value of the property in Homewood, 17845 Tipton Avenue, that many of you have seen the transformation take place, the value of it was reduced from $273,670 all the way down to $46,230. That is correct. It went from $273,670 down to $46,230. And the reason why this is because the property was foreclosed on. Some of you may remember the photos and how it looked before the transformation took place. It was a very scary place to be. No one was living in the property. So because of that, the value of the home is drastically less than a home that's inhabitable in which somebody is living in. I applied for that vacancy exception, and because of that, not only are the taxes going to be reduced for next year, however, the taxes for this past year have been reduced as well, which will result in a refund, are you ready for this, of approximately $9,420. That's right, $9,000. So, to recap, if you purchase a property and the prior year it was vacant, you have the capabilities as the homeowner to alert the assessor to that vacancy. Because of that, you can then apply for a vacancy exception for the property value of that home for the prior year as well as the existing year for however long it was that it wasn't vacant. If the assessor agrees with that petition for an appeal of the assessed value for that home based on the vacancy, you could see a substantial reduction in your first year's property taxes. Last year, the property taxes for this home in Homewood was just a little bit over $11,000. Based on this vacancy exception being granted, the property tax liability for next year, 2018, which will be paid in 2019, is going to be less than $2,500. $9,000 worth of savings. Well, that's it for today's episode. If you have more questions, remember, contact the assessor directly. You don't have to go hire an attorney. You don't have to even look and listen to these videos. You can go directly to the source, speak with the assessor. They have incredible staff who are willing to help and answer any questions that you have. You just have to put forth a little bit of effort. But rest assured that you can also save big, big money. if you're interested. If not, do you. As always, please stay informed.